Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Jay to 3Cs. I got my helpers Braxton and Caden. And we're at our storage unit facility and we've got this LS tractor. It's an MT347. Thanksgiving Day, no snow. And then that night they had like a up to 4 feet snow warning, and usually in the last couple of years I haven't taken it seriously because we haven't had much snow. And just trying to keep the shop open and the houses, I didn't worry about our storage units too much, which is where we're at now. And last night I came up here in my truck and I couldn't even get in the driveway. It was like literally, I'll put the picture of my snow shovel in here. It was like a good 2.5 solid feet. And the problem is that there is no base, because 2 Sundays ago we were like an hour and a half north and the kids are riding dirt bikes on a pristine motocross track. You guys were in your regular gear, weren't you? You guys didn't have a hoodie on. It was that nice. It was like 55 degrees on Sunday. I'll put a picture of them riding. So this was less than 2 weeks ago. Ground's definitely not frozen. So the battle that I've had is that the snow has like 2 inches of slush under it. So this tractor was parked right where it is now. I'll put the picture of it, of how I found it last night. It was completely snowed in. Got in it, started working my way forward and back. So I did most of the intro inside the truck right now because real feel is 9 degrees outside. The truck says it's 19, so real feel is always a little bit colder. Let's jump outside. We'll show you what's going on. I'll go from there. All right, so here we are, and I'm gonna give you a little new snow depth here. So maybe like another 3 or 4 inches of fluff, but this is, I'm gonna walk over there. So let me walk over there first. I don't know if you can see any of this, but it's up to here. This is the snow depth. So it's up to my knee, starting to settle. Like I said, it's super wet underneath. So I would come in and you can only grab like 6 inches at a time, because by the time you got to the end of it, you had a full snow push box full. So let's go try to turn this thing on and see how it goes. So let's see. So there's some snow in front of the lock here. You can feel it doesn't really want to turn. You got that heat gun, Braxy? Let's try that thing out real quick. So this is the model of heat gun I'm using, and I'll put a link down in the description below if you want to snag one of these things. So the snow is starting to melt. I'm not hurting anything, obviously. It takes a while. These little heat guns aren't like a corded one. All right, Brax, you ready? Here's that for you. Let's see if that was enough. Take some of that out of there. Nice. Okay, straight up and down. Okay, thanks, buddy. All right, you can hop back in the truck for a little bit. And let's crawl up in here. I don't want to cut the film because I want to show you guys how well it does or doesn't start when it's 19 degrees out. So sorry, it's gonna take a minute for this part of the video, but I want to show it. So I'm gonna try to one hand this. I'm turning all the controls down because I had them turned up last night. Okay, our glow plugs are still on bottom. Hard to see. Okay, just went out. It was bottom right. I don't know if you saw it or not. Nice, heck yeah. And so I only used like, it was at 3/4 of a tank when I was here, so I used like 1/4 and then 1/8. So it didn't use a ton of fuel last night for as much work as I did. I'm probably gonna fill it with fuel. I brought 5 gallons with me, so just to show you guys how much 5 gallons does, when we come back I'll show you. So we're right between 1/4 and 1/2. There's really no point in me turning this on yet because the motor's cold. So I'm gonna let it warm up. I'm gonna brush it off, and then I'm gonna fill it with fuel and we'll come back to it. Okay, temp gauge is starting to move, which is nice. And 5 gallons of fuel does a lot to this thing, which is great. That's all I burned last night was, in 4 hours of plowing, because they had 14 hours on it when I got here. It only used that much. So 5 gallons of fuel, pretty awesome. And I'm gonna switch to a GoPro now and we'll go from there. Okay guys, not sure how well you can hear me. I'm gonna rev it up. And yesterday I was right about 2,000 RPMs and it worked really good. It's gonna be harder and harder to hear me now. And then I'm gonna turn the heat up, so it's gonna get really hard to hear in here. Yeah, it's starting to blow nice and warm. Nice. Okay, so these little vents up top here are blowing on my windshield, which is nice. And I was plowing in second gear. I was doing really well. Okay, so I just spent the last hour re-clearing what I cleared last night. The push box does so good because it grabs the snow and doesn't leave a trail on the outside. So you spend a lot less time going back over it again. You don't have like an angled plow, it just pushes it straight. So where I had left off last night is right here. You can see I just came down through and cleared out the new snow. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to push some of this, it's hard to tell my view here, from there. This thing is such a beast. It's climbing up that hill and it's pushing it. And I'm only gonna grab like a foot at a time because you can't grab any more than that. By the time you get to the top of that, the push box is completely full. So I'm gonna have Braxton film for a second on the outside because I'm sure the GoPro inside, you can't tell what's really going on. So you can see the storage units here. They start there and I'm only like 8 units from the end at this point. So it's pretty nice. And then I'll dig the doors out. And then the other side I still have to do. But thought we'd just give a little bit of footage here on the outside. All right, guys, so it's finished up. It is still snowing, and I keep cleaning it back up. I've gone over this stuff 3 times now out here. So it would be like nice and sunny. All of a sudden, it's just like you can't even see the trees. That's how hard it's been coming and going. So this is a couple things about this tractor, which is cool. So let's go this side first. So here's our controls. We've got the heat, and then you can go, defroster, U and defroster, and then just U, however you want to put that. And then you got the 4 different 1 through 4 as far as the different like blower modes. So what I usually do, or what I have been doing, and as cold as it is, and with it snowing, those are all key factors, I had it on 2, as hot as it would go. I would leave it run, and then I would crack this window right here, and it's got a pretty big like an old school truck window. And I liked that because then the snow, the boys are putting the shovels away, the snow in the windshield was still getting melted, but then I had some airflow. I wasn't getting smoked out of here, and actually I only had a t-shirt on. That's how nice it was in here. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. So one thing that is kind of annoying is where this windshield wiper ends, so from my point of view, I'm looking down at the corner of that push box. My head's up here more actually, so this is my line of sight. And last night when there was snow on this, and then the light was shining down on it, it like had a huge glow. So I had to keep like cleaning that wiper off, because if it was glowing and I'm trying to look past it, it was super annoying. And I couldn't trick it. Like I tried to like turn it on, turn it off real quick, and like trick this so it'd be like straight up and down, because I wasn't looking there. I was looking at both of my corners. So this side was great. There was no wiper in the way. The light wasn't shining on it. So that is one thing I'm not in love with. And then just the distance for the actual controls of the bucket. I'm super tall. I'm 6'5", so it was okay here. I kind of wish it was here more, because I could have relaxed. I mean, not that you're supposed to be relaxed, but I literally was in this. It's got 20 hours on it. It had 14. I got 6 hours in this tractor in the last 12 hours. So it does make a difference. I would have rather have had this here somewhere, so I could have, I was leaning forward the whole time. I know it sounds weird, but and as tall as I am, So if you're shorter, you might be reaching further ahead. So that handle seems to be out a little ways. I'm gonna shut this now. Wipers, lights, turn the lights off, 4 ways. So the pillars were fine. I was happy with all of that. The thing basically just idled along. I was at 2,200 RPMs. Well, between 2,000 and 2,200. I would put it in 3rd gear when I was backing up so I could save time. But I only pushed in 2nd, never bogged or hesitated. Better shut this side too. It's kind of my review. The cab is so spacious. You can see everything. Like I can see, I'm not afraid I'm going to hit the building. There was no moments that I was nervous about it. It's just that wiper was kind of annoying. And this, I wish it was over here more. But other than that, I think it worked out really good. Thanks for watching. This is Jared from 3Cs. Enjoy the ride. We'll see you on the trail.